Greetings to you all. Welcome to Class 8, Unit 3, Prose, Sir Isaac Newton, the Ingenious Scientist, Book Back Exercise Part 2. Dear children, today we are going to do mind map, consolidation, and the remaining part. We are going to start from page 74. So let's do from listening passage. Listen to the passage carefully and write the answer. Now we'll read the passage, children. Unit 3. Fleming's thought at breakfast. Sir Alexander Fleming, who discovered penicillin, was once forced into an interview in New York by two journalists, just as he was about to have breakfast. One of them asked him, "Sir, what are you thinking about right now?" "We wish to know what a great scientist think while getting ready for breakfast." Fleming mused a while on the question and he replied, "I am thinking of something very special." The journalists, who were all ears, drew themselves forward. "I am thinking whether to have one egg or two." Okay, children, I hope all of you listen to the passage. Now we are going to do the exercise. First one, name the scientist. So you all listen now. Who is the scientist? Sir Alexander Fleming is the name of the scientist. Okay, next one. What did he discover? So Alexander Fleming discovered penicillin. Okay, next one. Who approached the scientist? Who approached? Two journalists approached the scientist. Fourth one, what was the question asked by the journalist? The question asked by the journalist was what the scientist was thinking then. Okay, next question, children. When did they meet the scientist? When did they meet? They met the scientist when he was about to take breakfast. சாப்பிட போகும்போது தான் சந்திக்கிறாங்க. Fine, children. All right, moving on to next thing, that is speaking. Take a few minutes and make hints of the picture. Arrange your thoughts using the points you write. Deliver a small speech focusing the issue picturized here. Give an interesting and informative speech. Your speech should include the cause and the solution. Fine, children. So you can see beautiful picture. What is that? So first let us think for some time. See, in the first picture you can see plenty of buildings, apartments, factories, industries. They are emitting smoke and all, right? So see how much they are belching smoke. In the second picture you can see water is flowing. Along with that, plenty of rubbish things are there floating. Okay, water, paper, waste things, plastics and other rubbish. So using this we are going to speak for something. Tips for effective speaking. Organize your points and ideas well. Don't memorize the speech. If you forget a point, it will make you nervous. Avoid the things that are of no value or interest to the audience. It means, first of all, உங்களோட ஐடியாஸை மனசில் அப்படி கோர்வையாக வச்சுக்கணும். Second one, don't memorize it. அப்படி மனப்பாடம் பண்ணக்கூடாது லைக் அ பேரட். ஓகே, இன் கேஸ் யூ ஃபர்கெட் ஒன் பாயிண்ட் அப்புறம் அவ்வளோதான் கொலாப்ஸ் ஆகிடும். ஸோ நெக்ஸ்ட் ஒன் இஸ் அவாய்ட் திங்ஸ் தட் ஆர் ஆஃப் நோ வேல்யூ ஆர் இன்ட்ரெஸ்ட் டு தி ஆடியன்ஸ். ஆடியன்ஸ்க்கு பிடிக்காதது ஆர் ஃபர்ஸ்ட் ஆஃப் ஆல் யூ ஹேவ் டு கீப் த ஆடியன்ஸ் இன் அவர் மைண்ட். நம்ம யாருக்கு பேசுகிறோம்? ஸ்டூடெண்ட்ஸ் ஆர் டீச்சர்ஸ் ஆர் பப்ளிக், லைக் தட். பிஃபோர் யூ ஸ்பீக், டேக் அ டீப் பிரெத், ஸ்மைல், greet the audience. ஸோ ஃபர்ஸ்ட் ஆஃப் ஆல் பேசுகிறது முன்னாடி நல்ல டீப்பாக மூச்சு இழுத்துக்கோங்க, ஸ்மைல் பண்ணிக்கோங்க. தென் only you will get the confidence to speak very nicely. Don't be nervous about making a mistake. In case, by chance, when you commit a mistake, need not be nervous or அது பற்றி பதப்பட வேணாம். ஒரு பதட்டமே தேவையில்லை. Because to err is human, to forgive divine. Interesting speech makes your mistakes nothing. சின்ன சின்ன மிஸ்டேக் தானே, அதெல்லாம் விட்டுட்டு போய்கிட்டே இருக்க வேண்டியதான். Fine, children. Now shall we write? First thing is air pollution from the factories and from vehicles. Second one, water pollution from the company's sewage water, from the plastic things thrown into the river. Okay, now when you start speaking, you can tell good morning one and all. Today I have got a golden opportunity to stand in front of you all to speak on the topic pollution. Like that you can speak. Okay, it's your choice. In the modern society, we have pollution everywhere. Mainly, we have air pollution, water pollution. Because of these pollution, we cannot breathe healthy air and we cannot drink pure water. This affects our health beyond our knowledge. It is painful to realize that man is responsible for this. Because of his greediness, he spoils nature. If nature is spoiled, we are the one to reap the consequences. Trees will be without leaves for some times, and then the trees will die. Man cannot live without nature. So he should realize his mistake, and this is the right time for him to correct himself. Whatever he does, he should think that it should not affect nature, pure life for men. Thank you. All right, children, moving on to writing section. A character sketch is defined as a brief written description of a character. Keep these things in mind while writing a character sketch. First of all, introduce the person. For example, character. For example, you are reading or movie or whichever it may be. அதில் ஒரு கேரக்டர் பற்றி நம்ம எழுதணுன்னாக்கா introduce the person. அவங்கள பற்றி first introduce பண்ணிக்கணும். Then highlight his or her character as revealed in the story. அந்த ஸ்டோரியில் இருக்கிற மாதிரி அவங்கள ரிவீல் பண்ணும். Talk about what others say about the character. அதுக்கப்புறமா அவங்கள பற்றி மற்றவங்க என்ன சொல்கிறாங்கன்னு சொல்லணும். Write if the character appeal to you with reasons. Write if the character appeal to you with reasons. Then support your views with evidence from text. ஸோ இதெல்லாம் எழுதும்போது தான் கேரக்டர் ஸ்கெட்ச் ஆகும். சரியா? ஓகே, shall we do, children? Okay, write a character sketch of from a fiction that has made an impact on you. ஸோ இதெல்லாம் எழுத பற்றி உங்களுக்கு நிறைய ஸ்டோரி படிச்சிருப்பீங்க, மூவி பார்த்துருக்குறீங்க, வாழ்க்கையில் நிறைய பேர் பார்த்துருக்குறீங்க. அவங்கள பற்றி whom do you like, அவங்கள பற்றி ஒரு கேரக்டர் ஸ்கெட்ச். ஆல் ரைட். ஸோ சிம்பிளி ஐம் ஜஸ்ட் கிவிங் யூ கேன் ரைட் ஆன் எனிதிங். இல்லை என்னை பற்றி கூட எழுதலாம், நோ ப்ராப்ளம். ஓகே, ஷால் வி டூ? ஓகே, Oliver Twist. As a child hero of melodramatic novel of social protest written by Charles Dickens, Oliver Twist is meant to appeal more to our sentiments than to our literary sensibilities. On many levels, Oliver is not a believable character because although he is raised in corrupt surroundings, his purity and virtue are absolute. Throughout the novel, Dickens uses Oliver's character to challenge the Victorian idea and paupers and criminals are already evil at birth, arguing instead that a corrupt environment is the source of vice. At the same time, Oliver's incorruptibility undermines some of Dickens' assertions. Oliver is shocked and horrified when he sees the artful Dodger and Charley Bates pick a stranger's pocket, and again when he is forced to participate in a burglary. Oliver's moral scruples about the scarcity of property seem inborn in him, just as Dickens' opponents thought that corruption is inborn in poor people. Furthermore, other pauper children use rough Cockney slang, but Oliver, oddly enough, speaks in proper King's English. His grammatical fastidiousness is also inexplicable, as Oliver presumably is not well educated. Even when he is abused and manipulated, Oliver does not become angry or indignant. When Skies and Crackit force him to assist in a robbery, Oliver merely begs to be allowed to run away and die in the fields. Oliver does not present a complex picture of a person torn between good and evil. Instead, he is goodness incarnate. Fine, children? So, இது கொஞ்சம் எக்ஸ்ட்ராவாக இருக்குது. So, you can write even simple manner. Fine, children. Moving on to grammar part. Preposition. Preposition is a word or phrase that connects a noun or pronoun to a verb or adjective in a sentence. Preposition என்ன? ஒரு நவுனும் pronoun. இல்லை noun connection கொடுக்குறது. Okay, which connects it. Common prepositions are in, on, at, to, with, during, before, after, etc. Prepositions of time. Time preposition includes at, on, in, before and after. So time சொல்றது at, on, in, before, after and all. They are used to help indicate when something happened, happens or will happen. அப்போ இன் சொன்னாலே அது வந்து எங்கேயோ நடந்தது, டைமை குறிக்குது. Understand? Okay. Preposition time examples in the following sentences are in bold for easy identification. So now we'll read a few sentences. அதில் போல்டாக இருக்கிறதுலாம் preposition. ஆல்ரெடி சொல்கிறேன், in, on, at, after, before அந்த மாதிரி. Okay. For example, I was born on July 4th, 1982. அப்போ on அது டைம் சொல்லுது. I was born in 1982. In. I was born at exactly 2 a.m. At. I was born 2 minutes before my twin brother. I was born after the Great World War ended. I first met John in 1987. It's always cold in January. Easter falls in spring each year. The Second World War occurred in the 20th century. We eat breakfast in the morning. ஸோ அப்போ இன் எப்போல்லாம் வருதோ அதுக்கு பேர் என்ன? ப்ரிப்போசிஷன்ஸ் ஆஃப் டைம். ஓகே, இன், ஆஃப்டர், அட், ஆன் எல்லாம். ஓகே, நவ் மூவிங் ஆன் டு எக்ஸசைஸ் பார்ட். Fill in the blanks by using correct preposition. Okay, we go to school dash Mondays but not on Sunday. So we go to school on Mondays but not on Sunday. Next one, Christmas falls dash 25th December. Christmas falls on 25th December. 3. Buy me a present dash my birthday. Buy me a present for my birthday. Fourth one, families often argue dash Christmas time. Families often argue at Christmas time. Fifth one, I work faster dash night. I work faster at night. Sixth one, her shift finished dash 7 p.m. Her shift finished at 7 p.m. Fine, children? Okay, next one, moving on to modal verbs. A modal is a type of helping verb that is used to express ability, possibility, permission or obligation, like can, could, shall, should, will, would, may, might and all. Okay, so must, shall, should, will, would, can, could, may, might, dare, need, etc. Modal phrases or semi-modals are used to express the same things as modals but are a combination of helping verbs and the prepositions ought to use to. Okay, so modals na it's like a helping verb. Idu oru verb only. How to use it? Now you have circled the modal verbs in the list given in the box. So you have some words, okay, like shall, could, should, may, will, ought to, have to, might, would, dare, can, used to, need to, need. We use modal verbs to show if we believe something is certain, probable or possible or not. எப்போ யூஸ் பண்ணுறோம்? Something is certain, probable, possible, முடியும், like that. Okay, we also use modals to do things like talking about ability, asking permission, making. They may come by car, may, like that. Okay, for impossibility என்ன சொல்கிறோம்? We use the negative can't or cannot to show that something is not possible. They can't be true. அது can't, அது inability சொல்லுது. You cannot be serious. So can't is the cannot is impossibility. We use couldn't or could not to talk about the past. The could not la past பற்றி சொல்கிறது. We knew it could not be true. He was obviously joking. He could not be serious. So all these are impossible. Next, probable, நடக்கலாம் அப்படி சொல்கிறதுக்கு we use the modal must to show that we are sure something to be true and we have reasons for our belief. Okay, அது must யூஸ் பண்ணுறது. It's getting dark. It must be quite late. You haven't eaten all day. You must be hungry. அது probable இருக்குது. Next permission கேட்குறதுக்கு we use some words. We use can to ask for permission to do something. Can use பண்ணலாம். For example, can I ask a question please? Can I go home now? Could is more formal and polite than can. அதில் could வந்து இன்னும் formal and more polite. Okay. Could I ask a question please? Could we go home now? அப்போ கேனை விட could வந்து இன்னும் பொலைட்டாக இருக்குது. நெக்ஸ்ட் ஒன் இன்ஸ்ட்ரக்ஷன்ஸ் அண்ட் ரிக்வெஸ்ட். We use could you and would you as polite ways of telling or asking someone to do something. Can I? Can you? Could I? Could you? And so on. The negative form is can't in spoken English and cannot in written English. இப்போ நெகட்டிவில் வந்து அதாவது நெகட்டிவ் என்ன சொல்லும்போது can't in ஸ்போக்கனில் சொல்கிறோம், பட் in written we use cannot. We sometimes say cannot, but it is very emphatic. The negative form of could is couldn't in spoken English and could not in written English. We sometimes say could not. We use can and can't. Fine children? Okay, now modals, meanings and example. Now we'll see a few things. Can is used for expressing ability. For example, I can speak a little Russian. Next one, can is used for using permission. To request permission. Can I open the window? May. To express possibility. I may be home late. May. To request permission. May I sit down please? Must. To express obligation. I must go now. Must. To express strong belief. She must be over 90 years old. Should. To give advice. You should stop smoking. Would. To request or offer. Would you like a cup of tea? Would. In if sentences, if I were you, I would say sorry. Okay children, now moving on to exercise. Use polite request when we seek help from others. Okay, I section. A. Fill in the blanks using would you or could you. So first one, dash please close the door. Could you please close the door? அது இன்னும் பொலைட்டாக பாவமாக இருக்குது இல்லையா அது. நெக்ஸ்ட் ஒன், dash please open the window. Could you please open the window? Next one, dash mind going to the back bench. Would you mind going to the back bench? Next one, dash please bring some water for me. Would you please bring some water for me? Okay children. Next one, B. Use the phrases could you or would you in the following situations with your friend. First one, ask the policeman for directions. Next one, you need not borrow your friend's bike. You would need to exchange the book purchased. You want to open your classroom window. So first one, ask the policeman for direction. How will you ask? Could you please direct me to the bus stand? Second one, you need to borrow your friend's bike. How will you ask? Would you please lend your bike to me? Third one, you would need to exchange the book purchased. Would you please exchange the book? Fourth one, you want to open your classroom window. Could you please open the classroom window? Okay, இது ரொம்ப பொலைட்டாக சாஃப்டாக சொல்கிறது. Okay, next one children, language check point. Correct, incorrect and explanation. I cannot say if he has passed the exam or not. This is correct. Incorrect என்னது, I cannot say whether he has passed the exam or not. Explanation என்னக்கா, whether is followed by or. Okay, whether வந்தாக்கா or வரணும். Okay, next one, hardly had she seen her aunt when she stopped fighting. And இது வந்து கரெக்ட். தப்பு இது, hardly had she seen her aunt then she stopped fighting. Hardly is always followed by than. Hardlyக்கு அப்புறம் என்ன வரணும்? Varanam than. Okay, so I hope all of you understood. Now we'll do mind map and consolidation part. So don't miss to watch other lesson explanation videos with a lot of images. Thank you children. Now children, let us do the mind map and consolidation for Isaac Newton, the ingenious scientist. First let us do the consolidation part. Sir Isaac Newton born in 1642 in Woolsthorpe, in England. His father died and mother married and left in grandma's house. She always supported the little inventions of Newton. Isaac as clockmaker in his windmill and toys. Grew older with books of mathematics, philosophy, spending nights at sky, faraway things of world, and he died on 1727 at the age of 85. Fine, children. Now let's see the mind map. Sir Isaac Newton, born on 1642 in Woolsthorpe, in England. Father died and mother married and left in grandma's house. She always supported the little inventions of Isaac Newton. Newton as a clockmaker, his windmills and toys. Spending nights at sky, faraway things of world. He grew older with books of mathematics, philosophy, and died on 1727 at the age of 85. Don't miss to watch explanation videos with a lot of images.